Hello, this is the 15th hour of Revelation and World History. In Chapter 1 of Revelation and World History, we mainly explained the creation of the Red Empire, Babylon, and the shape of its country. In Chapter 2, we are learning about the rise and fall of this Red Empire. In other words, we will compare and verify the text of the Bible that describes the nature of the Red Empire with actual history. Last time, we learned that Babylon, in the book of Jeremiah, of the Old Testament, and Babylon, in the book of Revelation refer to the same object. The modifiers for Babylon were the one with the sickle in the harvest, and the hammer that strikes the world. However, the Soviet Union's flag has a sickle and hammer drawn on it. This is historical proof that Babylon refers to the Soviet Union. In this session, we will learn about another nickname for Babylon: the one who sits as queen. Revelation and World History, Chapter 2, Section 6. The one who sits as a queen. Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. After this, I saw another angel coming down from heaven, having great authority, and the earth was illuminated with his glory. Verse 2, he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. She has become a dwelling place for demons, and a prison for every foul spirit, and a cage for every unclean and hateful bird. Verse 3, for all nations have fallen, because of the wine of the wrath of that fornication. And the merchants of the earth have grown rich through the power of her luxury. Verse 4, then I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins, so that you will not receive of her plagues. Verse 5, for her sins have reached up to heaven, and God has given her remembering her injustice. Verse 7, I sit as queen, I am no widow, and I will never see sorrow. Verse 8, therefore her plagues will come in one day, death, mourning, and famine. Verse 10, standing afar off in fear of her torment, they will say, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, the strong city, for in 1 hour your judgment has come. Revelation chapter 18, verses 1 to 10. I am the one, sitting as queen. Revelation chapter 18, verse 7. History proves that the Soviet Union was the leading country of all communist countries, and that the power holders of the Eastern European countries, which were satellite countries of the Soviet Union, were actually following the orders of the Kremlin. The expression queen is used because the prophetic book uses a feminine noun for Babylon. It is the same as the powerholder of the Kremlin, declaring himself, I am the king of all communist countries. I am not a widow, and I will never mourn. Revelation chapter 18, verse 7. After the communist revolution succeeded in Russia, which was a Christian country. After the formation of the Soviet Union, even Eastern European countries became communist after World War II. Communist theorists in these countries said that a communist revolution would occur in every country. And ultimately, he boasted that all of human society would become communist. However, in the end, that prophecy did not succeed. The communist regimes of Eastern European countries also collapsed. The people of that country no longer followed the Soviet Union and became independent. I am the queen, everyone admires and follows me. I will never become a widow, she shouted loudly, but in the end, everyone left, and the Soviet Union eventually collapsed. In Jeremiah chapter 25 verse 11, it is said that the Babylonian Empire will rule over Israel and the surrounding countries for 70 years. In Daniel chapter 9 verse 2, it is said that the fact that Jerusalem will be desolated after 70 years was known through the book of Jeremiah. And in Matthew chapter 24, Jesus mentioned the name of the prophet Daniel, and said that the prophecy Daniel spoke of was a future event that had not yet been fulfilled at that time. In Revelation chapter 1 verses 1 to 3, it is stated that this revelation is a prophecy proclaimed in the name of Jesus Christ. In this way, the Old Testament and the New Testament are closely connected, and we believe and interpret the fact that they are the same word from God. And we are discovering that the facts are definitely consistent. We are amazed by the fact that the text of the Bible's prophecies and the actual history are exactly the same. The fact that the Old Testament's prophecies and the New Testament's revelation both prophesy about the same history. Next time, we will learn about Chapter 2, Section 7, The Merchants and Craftsmen of Babylon. Thank you for your interest and subscription. This was the Bible History School. Thank you very much.